is on.
Okay.
By the way, Nathan.
Yes.
Last time, it was not only your fault, it was both of our faults.
The TV is there?
The TV's there. We can all see it. Because that's the thing. I told my mates on Discord, and they're like, how did you guys not see it with the TV right there? And I'm like, that's exactly why we couldn't just blame Nathan like we wanted.
We were all tired that day.
We were all tired that day.
In some way.
That's true.
Alright. So, welcome to Nightly News.
Are we game nights or Night's Watch yet, Oz? You're doing the switchover.
Are you happy with the way that it looked before?
You haven't done it? Okay.
I've done a bit of work.
Okay, we'll see. We might be game night still, or Night's Watch, we'll see. But welcome.
But
to Nightly News.
To Nightly News. This is definitely Nightly News?
This is definitely
Nightly News. This isn't the News Nightly?
No.
This isn't... Never mind. No.
And Nathan, what do we do here at Nightly News?
We talk about the news, but we're not a source for news.
No, we're
we
not.
react to it.
In fact, we don't want you to consider us authoritative sources, so much so that we purposely put an incorrect news article in Nightly Newses, so you have to go and double check, and you don't know which one will be false and which one's correct.
Yeah. And so, we won't tell you what reality is. No one should. We will just comment on it. Because reality is self-evident. You know?
And an illusion. It's not really physical. It's
Reality is physical.
You only perceive it as physical.
Shad, if I smacked you really hard, you'd perceive that as physical, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would perceive it as physical, but
There
it's
you
not
go.
really physical.
What you perceive is real.
There is no spoon. I know I'm holding a bottle. There is no spoon.
But I was schizo.
I'm trying to go Matrix. I want to transcend reality.
You know, the directors of that...
You do not exist!
The directors of the Matrix transcended reality.
That's not good. I disagree.
Now his hearing is mute. Alright, so first bit of news. Todd Howard did an interview for Starfield. What's gotten into you today, Shad?
I'm tired of
Yeah, me too, man. I got no sleep last night.
That's your fault.
No, I went to bed at 2:30 and like, no, I was dead tired and I was tossing and turning all night. I don't know what it was, but you know when you're exhausted, right? And you're about to fall asleep, but then you get a little itch or like you slightly slip. Or, you know what I mean? Not on purpose. But yeah, and I just couldn't get to sleep. It was the weirdest thing.
Okay.
Look, that's not like I have bouts of insomnia, and it's related to my sleep apnea, and sometimes I just can't get to sleep, and so.
Yeah, now you know how I feel. For the collective years you've been alive. You know
For that one night.
Okay. So yeah, first bit of news, Todd Howard, Starfield interview, where he
Don't believe anything he says.
Don't believe a single thing he says. All he does is lie. The only thing...
Did he say it just works?
He said 32 times the detail.
32 times the detail?
32 times the detail this time, because it's the new game, so... Yeah, he said that there's a lot of technology we're bringing in, blah, blah, blah. But then...
Don't believe him.
Yeah, but then they're like, the interviewer's like, hey, so you showed a lot of this ladder in the Starfield trailer, the CG trailer, you know, that was probably done by Blur, right?
Ladder?
Yeah, the ladder. There's a ladder in the spaceship that the guy climbs up, right?
Okay.
And they're like, do you think we'll be seeing ladders in this game working? Because they've been notoriously difficult in the Fallout Skyrim engine. And he's like, no, it's too difficult. It does awful things on our engine. We haven't figured it out yet.
They haven't changed it. Are they still using the same Fallout 4 engine?
It's the newer version, but
Yeah,
they
but
still
they've
can't get ladders
updated
to
it.
work.
Look, I am not giving them any benefit of the doubt from their track record.
Yeah.
But I'm not ruling out that it's impossible for them to redeem themselves. If Starfield is a phenomenal game, they can come back. But at the moment, I'm not believing it. Especially with the size that they're showing, they can't even get ladders to work.
It's going to be No Man's Sky.
And they showed ladders in a trailer working.
Yeah, the guy just climbing up.
They're full of friggin' crap!
Yep.
False advertising, and that just, to me, it shows they haven't changed.
But if it's like, how could it possibly not work in the engine? If it's an animation thing, well, you could just animate it. Like, with the myriad of
Nathan,
sexual
you know about
mobs,
how-
It's not that. Like,
engine
okay,
works.
ladders are harder to do than, like, walking and running.
they could do it
But-
in Halo 1.
Is it because it's what? There's 4 limbs and they have to
But,
get
like,
their
no,
limbs to
no,
connect?
that's not how it works.
Well, how
All
do-
you do is there's a trigger, and then it gets an input to see whether to go up and down,
Yeah.
and then when you reach the end, it just... It's like... I'm trying to think of any Fallout or Skyrim, like, examples. Like horses.
Mm-hmm.
They could do horse riding. That's kind of the same thing of, like, you hop onto something
Yeah,
and move.
yeah.
So why can't they do... I don't know, like, ladders...
It
If they
just
make...
shows how crap the engine is.
With the horses, was it was a completely new skeleton, or did it just set the horse as a parent? The horse actor as
It
a
was
parent?
probably the same... I don't know, actually.
Okay.
Well,
Or,
you should know.
You should know.
You're our
there's
game
different ways of doing it. 'cause
game guy who knows all the development
What they
stuff.
could have done is that when you have like a horse by itself, that's its own asset. But then when you get on the horse, it turns into one thing with
Become
the character.
one with the horse.
Yes, it becomes one thing. But like ladders,
That operates on its own, like it becomes a merged skeleton.
yeah, basically, yeah. But ladder, like if they're trying to make a giant open world space game, and they can't do ladders, I don't think the open world space game's going to be that good, anyways.
Well, ladders are clearly ancient technology. They're not going to exist at all. There'll be no ladders
But it's
in the future. Ever.
Everything will be elevators.
It's just elevators.
Yeah.
Now, just on a side note, that really is a pet peeve. I hate that simple basic technology isn't represented in the future because they think it must be futuristic, when no, like when something is simple and basic and works and it can work without electricity, it's a great redundancy when you lose electricity.
Yeah.
So every friggin' spaceship would have a stairwell. Like categorically. Not ladders can be, like just a stairwell. Go look at the Star Trek Enterprise. Is there a
about to
single
ask.
stairwell in the Enterprise?
There's no
not.
stairwell in
There's no. And so when they lose power, they have to go through their Jeffrey tubes, and look, granted, they have ladders, so at least they got
ladders.
something. But you know how convenient a stairwell is?
Slightly more convenient than a ladder.
A lot more convenient, Oz. It's a lot more convenient.
Well, for us who live,
You know, with a stair, like with a ladder, you need to use your hands. A stairwell's just normal stairs. You can do it with your feet. You don't need to use your hands.
yeah, but on a spaceship,
It's amazing.
space is a premium.
Advanced technology.
No pun intended, but space is a premium on a spaceship.
Not in Star Trek technology.
Yeah, but this is.
Do you know how, like, the Enterprise has so much wasted space? Have a look how big their bridge is, right? And just
They're like
empty
6
air.
holodecks.
Yeah, and there's just empty air on the bridge where you have to walk, 4 meters to get from the captain's chair to the helm.
Well, yeah, but you've got to have style and swagger and feng shui.
It's because they have room to spare. It's not hard to make. You know why spaceships are so compact in the modern day? Because
In the
it's
modern
so
day.
hard. Yeah, today.
A modern
It's so
day
hard to get
spaceship.
stuff into space.
They're space shuttles, okay? Spaceships. Where are they taking it?
They're effectively the same when you use a normal language.
They're basically,
Screw you.
They're basically just a little dinghy that we take out into
Yeah, I
space.
know. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's all they are.
But they're pretty small. But the thing is, because it's so hard to get stuff into space at the moment, mass is a very premium thing, and so you need to make it as compact as possible so you don't go overweight.
Yep.
If we could just anti-grav things into space easy as anything, we'd be making hotels in space. I'm not kidding, like in orbit.
Yeah, we'd have an Elysium ring.
Yeah, if we could just get things into space easy, we would be building crazy in space.
Oh, that sounds
We technically have the technology to be able to make centrifugal, fake gravity space stations and stuff. We
getting
just
up
can't get it up there.
We just can't get
We
it up,
just
folks.
can't get it up.
Humanity, man, cannot get it
Cannot
up.
get it. All mankind
Yeah.
can't get it up.
Nathan's sides are in orbit.
And including Nathan. Nathan can't get it up. Oz definitely can't get it up.
Well, I'm not a rocket surgeon, okay? I can't get it up. Yep.
Todd Howard's a liar.
Todd Howard's a liar. Speaking of Todd Howard,
Was there anything else you want to talk about game engine stuff?
I just think
Yeah,
that
get out of
Bethesda
the
has a
way.
crappy engine.
It really is.
it's great for modding though.
Once upon a time, it might have been okay, but it still had so many glitches. And if they're still having issues with ladders, gosh, just use Unreal or something by now, guys. Give up.
Wow. Just give up, Skyrim devs.
Yeah, give up on your crappy engine.
Here's a rope. Give up.
I didn't go that far. Gosh.
Here's a bottle of helium in a bag. Give up. Anyway.
We are not endorsing self-deletion.
Self-deletion? Okay,
Oh, your
Tron.
Matrix, yeah.
Alright, so should we stay on the topic of Bethesda?
Sure.
Okay. Skyrim mods broke. But
Because
then,
of their anniversary thingy update stuff?
I'm not finished with that.
Alright.
But then they were unbroken. But then they broke.
Oh.
But then they were unbroken.
I can't handle this roller coaster of emotions, Oz!
And presently sitting, they are completely fine for half the people.
Oh.
So for some people they're broken, for some people they're not.
Sorry.
I don't know.
I have such emotional whiplash, I just need a moment.
Yeah,
Gosh.
so basically they brought out the new edition of Skyrim, as they do, because, you know, Todd Howard emerged from his cave. He needed a new sacrifice.
Skyrim is beyond being milked for money. At the moment, it's like this abused housewife that they just return to you know, ravage. It's like this thing that it's an ugly situation what they're doing to Skyrim now. They're just like
They're beating a dead horse armor.
it's even worse.
Some people would have got that.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically they released the new edition. And that's what they did is they gave the source code or whatever, they gave the edition to the Skyrim script extender people, and early, they gave it to them early. And so they basically got it updated, ready to go, so people's mods wouldn't be broken, they'd be able to update instantly, and it all worked. And then Bethesda did a hotfix.
Because nothing they release can work when it's released. They always have to fix it.
When they said it just works, no, the other one.
Yeah, Bethesda, just they don't change.
Yeah, they don't.
They can't help but release something that has... Look, a lot of games have bugs in the release, but the less bugs, the better. And which game recently would have a release that had nearly no bugs upon release?
Oh, Cyberpunk 2077. There is no game that releases without bugs. Except for Minecraft.
Even that had bugs.
Except for Fortnite.
Those glitches. Like, every game has bugs and glitches.
Yeah, but...
Even perfect, like...
Bethesda's a lot worse.
Oh, yeah. They're known for...
Their bugs.
Their entire game
It's just a bug.
is a bug that the modders fix.
Yeah, it's like just a platform of bugs.
It's, you know what, Skyrim isn't an RPG, it's a jigsaw puzzle. That's what it is. And they send it to us, like, assembled incorrectly. Oh, man.
But I'm sure there's like... Because, alright. Divinity Original Sin from Larian Studios. Granted, there was a lot of bugs and a long pre-release phase, but when it actually comes to release, it's a very polished thing with very few bugs. So there's a company that does a good job.
Yeah, good on you, whoever does that.
Larian Studios.
Larian Studios.
They're still technically an indie company because they're not like, I don't know, they don't have a massive publisher or something?
They're not owned by anyone.
Yeah.
So Larry and who?
Larry and Stud.
Larry and Stud. Nice. Yeah, good work, Stud.
You're a stud.
Alright, so next bit of news. I had a good chuckle over this one. YouTube removing dislike button, and we all know why.
This actually...
We all know why.
I can't stand it. I really can't stand this. Like, YouTube is doing something that objectively the vast majority of not only creators, but, you know, just people who watch YouTube, dislike. They don't want this.
Yep.
They hate it. And they're doing it anyway for overtly...
Political reasons.
yeah, they have an agenda that they're trying to think. Because YouTube, this is the reality, okay? People might not like this. YouTube is more... Because the vast majority of people who watch YouTube and the content is actually gaming content. And the vast majority of gamers are a bit red-pilled.
There is the gamer word.
Like, that's actually the reality. And the vast majority of gamers are also male. Okay?
That's sexist.
It's true, though, right? And so as a result, most of the users of YouTube are male. Not all, like there's a strong, you know, female user base, but it skews far more male. But in any overall, YouTube is actually a more red-pilled community.
Yeah.
And so usually when you see propaganda and really overtly like agenda-driven stuff, and it gets downvoted to oblivion on average, pretty strongly. Unless you have your bubble communities like RedTube and stuff, when you just put something out, like for instance, when YouTube just drops like an update video or something, or a video that is not in a overtly political space, that's not in a bubble, and the general community gets access to it.
Like it rewinds.
It usually, rewinds and stuff. It usually will get downvoted into oblivion by the general user base.
Because they're so out of touch.
Well, they are out of touch,
Yeah.
but also a lot of the users on YouTube don't like the woke crap.
Yep.
It's the reality. I mean, a good example, the Eternal trailers and stuff.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
whenever you see, whenever a trailer comes out that's really strongly woke, that technically should be reaching all communities on YouTube, left and right, they are vastly more downvoted, okay? And so by YouTube taking away the downvote thing, they're trying to take away people's voice and the reality. They're trying to hide the reality that YouTube's user base is mostly red-pilled. And
With every single, recent White House video.
yes.
Since a particular person got in through completely legitimate means.
But completely legitimate means.
And also there's the YouTube rewinds that get downvoted to oblivion. They stopped doing them.
We can say fortified because that's an
Oh, yeah,
they got
it was
in through
fortified.
fortified means.
It was a fortified election.
A fortified election.
Their democracy is safe.
A cabal of groups and organizations got together to fortify. This is overtly, they've admitted this proudly.
Times.
Yeah, it was a New York Times article.
No, just the Times.
Well, Times article.
Someone's.
Someone's
Yeah.
time. But they admit it, and so we can say fortified. They came together.
Fortified the election.
Fortified.
They literally admitted we got together and changed election laws.
Yep.
And fortified our democracy.
To make sure the right outcome happened, not the voice of the people.
And we are directly quoting the Times. Directly. Word for word, we have quoted the Times. Not in the correct order, but
Well, you know,
we're doing better than the
YouTube
media.
still might, because you can't, anyway. So now they're taking that, because most of the user base is actually aware of that.
Yeah.
And so anything that's been coming out of the White House has been downvoted. But not only that, right? There's been another case. There's a certain court case that's rather prominent in the world, and a certain
We can talk about him.
Well, I want to try and avoid the
word?
words, right? Because
Okay.
we want to try and go onto YouTube's,
Okay, but how about this?
radar. It's like YouTube is the eye of Sauron. That whenever it's like you're crossing a line.
I see you.
It's like that. I'm not kidding. So there is a popular court case, and there is someone who tried to murder someone, and then let's just say something happened to his arm.
He was
as a result.
disarmed.
He was disarmed, right? But he literally tried to murder someone, okay? And then the mainstream media have gotten him to get interviewed, and there's so much propaganda and lies, and this guy is a terrible person.
Yeah, he's an avowed communist.
Let's just say, hey, is this the one that? No, he doesn't. It was the guy that died that liked children too much.
Yeah, he was the P word.
Yeah.
And the commie was a thief, and the other one who didn't survive, the skater boy, he was a skater boy. He said, "See you later, boy." Tony Hawk's no skater too.
Anyway, that video.
He was a wife beater, that guy, and he was very violent towards his own family.
The one that's getting interviewed, right? That video is got 22,000. Last time I checked, over 22,000 dislikes and only 300 likes.
Yeah.
And this is again a video that goes out to everyone. Even the people who supposedly support this guy have access to the video just as freely, right? But that's the result of it being presented to just the general YouTube user and user base, and that's the result. Downvoted into oblivion. And you know what? One of the top comments on that video is
What?
This is the reason. It's like, look at the dislikes. This is the reason why YouTube is getting rid of the dislike thing. It's so overtly agenda driven. I can't stand it.
And not only that, but there's no point, because think about it. Joe Biden puts out a video, well, not him, but his YouTube people. They put out a video, right? Let's say it gets 5 million views. It won't, but let's say it does. 5 million views, 10 likes. You know? Obviously,
it's a really important metric to actually gauge the reaction to a video. I think as a user, a creator, I'll have access to see it behind the scenes.
Yeah, so will they. They said it was, it's to protect our creators from being upset at reading the dislikes. You admit they'll still see the dislikes.
It's so retarded. It's the dumbest move. Oh, I can't stand it. And the thing is, you can disable dislikes and likes already.
Yeah.
There's literally no point to do this apart from trying to push an agenda to hide the fact, to and they're trying to hide it not to the creator but to the general public, the true response to certain media. They don't want the general public to know that certain propaganda pieces that are being put out on YouTube are being disliked and reacted to negatively. So the people who actually make the videos can then lie and say our video's great, it's been received brilliantly, and when there is such a truthful sign that you can indicate right there to see, are people really liking this message you're putting out?
There's a theory, and it's like a short slogan that says, left-wing ideology cannot survive without censorship. And it's true. It just depends what length they're willing to go to censor.
Well, this is...
Eventually it gets to the point where there's a gun to the back
This is
of your
like
head.
overt censorship. The only people who want to do this
Yeah.
are politicians, ideologues, and mainstream media.
And the corporate people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And,
it.
but,
It's not popular.
and they
still.
represent the tiniest user base on YouTube. Most of the viewers, I'm not saying something like a vast majority, I'm like perceiving like 99%, right? And all creators that I've seen, especially me, hate this idea. Can't stand it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's raining outside. You might hear it. So if you hear a or something, it's the
It's
rain.
been raining for a few days now. It's cold and wet. I like it. Yeah, so censorship never
You
good.
look like you want to say something there.
Well, I saw on Twitter.
You got to it before you...
I would never make fun of using Twitter. What's ABC Twitter saying these days?
Oh, well, Linus Tech Tips, they're actually getting in contact with the support company for YouTube.
Yeah.
The support department.
They
And
managed to get into contact with YouTube support?
Yeah, and
YouTube responded?
By the way, Linus, you're a legend.
Yeah. And
There is a certain PC that had a bit of a tilt he made recently that it was an amazing video. You haven't heard of this?
No.
He made a left-leaning PC.
Really? What happened?
No, well,
This is a meme.
he removes two of the things, and the PC literally leaned left. He actually went further than that. He
Nice.
made a communist PC for Hassan Piker.
How did he do that?
It was amazing, and it was such a good video. And then he basically made it the most inefficient piece of crap
Nice.
ever, and he memed the hell out of it.
So he removed all logic from the computer?
And then he hard coded it that it would not boot up without playing the communist anthem. And if you try and skip it, it'll reset and start again. So you have to listen to the whole thing.
Oh, man.
And then he made it so it like overclocks, like it just is going crazy and taking up all the memory and everything.
Oh, man.
It's legend, sorry, love you, Linus.
And its power box shouldn't work either.
Like everything, he did like all of that.
Oh, what a legend.
Sorry, go.
beautiful. I haven't seen that one.
I'm going to watch it as soon as this is done.
But no, they practically were making a giant thread from all the other users saying these are all the reasons why having dislikes removed will ruin the experience for YouTube. They were saying like for reviews, for example, if you're trying to learn new software, but there's a review 10 years old.
Oh, and it teaches bad things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like
4chan's response to this is that. So
Yeah.
what they plan to do is put up tutorial videos that'll brick computers.
Oh, no.
That's their response.
No, I'm not kidding. This is really important.
Yeah.
Like, I look up tutorial stuff about how to fix a certain program that's not working or something like that, and the first thing I do is look at the like and dislike ratio
Yep.
to see how good the review is, because if it's doing something crap and everything, it's always downvoted, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't trust that. And then back up, I check the comments. But, oh, gosh.
So 4chan is gonna. I saw a thread on a particular basket weaving forum that said, "Hey guys, here's what YouTube is doing. Here's how we counteract it. We're gonna do, tutorial videos for computer fixing that'll brick your computer." And in the comments, if you see stuff like this, like delete system 82, just comment, "Great review, epic work, well done."
I actually support them in that endeavour to just get a message through.
Yep.
But we warn everyone, basically when the like to dislike ratio goes away, don't trust anything on YouTube anymore. That's the result of like any tutorial and stuff until it gets fixed. So I say all power to
I mean, until they add it back, until they undo their mistake.
some of the greatest trolls ever perpetrated by man is from 4chan.
Absolutely.
Do you know some of the things that they've done for like Apple phones and everything?
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
come
yeah.
out? Like they make like this really convincing ad on a new feature on how to recharge an Apple phone
by putting the
by
microwave.
putting it in the
What's it
microwave.
called? iWave, they called it. That's nothing. Have you seen?
It's so genius because to the uninformed, that seems like it could work.
Yeah.
Just works.
But not just that, but they have caught people who are abusing animals, people who have committed murders. They have caught people who, like the bike lock bandit, they caught him and they gave the information to law enforcement and they found him.
It's the power of collective autism. It's amazing.
Yeah. They stopped serial cannibal Shia LaBeouf from putting up another flag that said he will not divide us on. Did you hear about that one?
Now, I know it's a meme. He's not a real cannibal.
No, he is.
No.
He admitted to it.
What?
He stood up in the audience and clapped. That's an admission of guilt.
But there is like an overt cannibal.
Yeah, Army Hammer.
Yeah. He's the real cannibal. But, so yeah, Linus Tech tips.
Yeah, they're basically doing a giant forum from all of his user base, presenting it to YouTube, saying this is what the damage is going to get caused because of...
YouTube's like need a strike or something like that. How can we honestly push back against YouTube's crap?
Just make fun of them more.
I can't stand it. It's like we can't do anything. We're beholden to this.
Keep making fun of him. Keep making fun of YouTube. The dictator cannot handle humor. Like they can't have the joke directed at them. It'll slowly break down.
If all major creators just went on a strike,
they'd make no money.
No, but like YouTube viewership would plummet, right?
No, it wouldn't. Indians don't care. Chinese people, Japanese people, no one but the Western world and the people who are informed would care.
No, I reckon any prominent creator would care about this.
They might, but the viewers won't necessarily. So you'd be killing off the people who try to make money on YouTube would be losing
Then
money.
how can we do it? How can we fix it?
Keep making fun of them. That's all you can do. Keep addressing the problem. Keep making fun of them. That's
You
all
need,
can do.
like, back in the day when everyone was using Skype for video and voice chat, and then Discord came along, you need, like, a Discord of YouTube.
Do you mean a competitor?
There are competitors trying to get in. And
BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey.
Odyssey. We mirror our stuff on Odyssey, and also Utreon. Utreon. It's a newer one, less known. There was something like Odyssey. No, it wasn't Odyssey. It was Rumble.
Yeah.
Rumble. I got when I went to try and start to look and signing up on Rumble. It had this weird, disclaimer about how the content was owned or something like that, and I was like, I need to double check it, but it gave me. I'm not sure about
that. Bad vibes. Trust your bad vibe counter.
Yeah. Look, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I misread something.
Yeah, Rumble lawyers, sue us for defamation in the comments below.
So I think you're right that so many of the viewers of YouTube are like normie viewers. Just, and there's like even old grannies who's just like, watch on YouTube these days, and that's just to watch their little videos. And they're not going to be on board with any strike or anything. And so
gamers won't.
Yeah, you're right. If the creators stop uploading, people just watch different content. And then the creators lose. And
just keep making fun of them. That's the only option.
New people will come in to like fill the gap as well, because if there's no other creators making it, then they
blood in the water, and they don't care. They're unprincipled.
Just keep making fun of them.
It freaking sucks.
Yeah.
We don't have a voice really. The actual larger creators on YouTube, and it's like we're just the beaten housewife that just keeps coming back to get abused.
It went from YouTube broadcast yourself to YouTube go yourself.
That needs to be beeped.
Yeah, we'll bleep that. But that's the thing, okay, so it's like, if you have a dictator up on stage, right, all you can do is make fun of him until he chooses to turn the guns on you, and then, it's all out in the open.
Yeah. Back in the day, YouTube used to push creator-made content. Now, they've reduced it to almost only promoting 50% creator-made content, and then 50% mainstream content that just gets mirrored, like the talk show crap. I can't stand
Jimmy
it.
Kimmel.
And then news articles by authoritative sources, and most of the time they're full of...
It's all lies, and then 2 weeks later it's fake,
The most reliable news are independent news organisations on YouTube.
Tim Pool. Love you, Tim Pool. He's, not many people know this, he's a guy from the south side of Chicago. He's mixed race.
Why does that matter? It doesn't matter. Why even mention it? I know you could mention it in reverse use because that's supposed to mean something to,
why
people
even
who think
mention
it means something.
Why even mention it?
Why?
Because he does.
Yeah,
all the time.
He does, but he says why, and that's because he's using their own tactics against them.
I don't think fighting fire with fire is a good idea.
Yeah, but, I probably agree there. Like, I'm not sure. Yeah.
But,
No, it will work better if he was black, trans, gay. then he could really
but he's a
spit it in their
half-white
face with it.
Asian guy from Chicago.
And so it's you're not mixed race enough for it to be truly effective.
Yeah, he did some more
To use their
identity
tactics against them.
He should dye his beard a rainbow colour.
When in reality, it shouldn't mean anything, and it shouldn't even be worth, like... Something does not get better. It's not overtly better quality just because...
You're part of more categories.
Yeah, which is an overtly bigoted racist thing in my mind. If... Because you're judging someone according to the colour of their skin.
Well, tell you what, let's ask the ABC viewer in the room what he thinks. What do you think of... before you tell us, what are your pronouns?
I don't care.
Okay, just making sure.
You need to drop the ABC thing. It's dead now.
Okay, fine. No more ABC thing. We're moving on to Twitter.
See, there I can...
Yeah, pronouns in the bio. No, did you see the Microsoft thing the other day?
I showed you that.
Oh, that was you that showed me
I showed you that.
I often forget who does...
Shad, it was awful.
What?
Microsoft did a conference showing new tech, and it opened with, "Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a white blonde woman. My pronouns are she, her. Welcome to Microsoft." And it's like, "Hi, I'm David.
I'm a white male with glasses.
Glasses and a beard."
He, him.
And
Which means I'm overtly less, valued than anything. Like, if you're white male...
Did you watch it too? How'd you know he said that?
But it's like that when someone says, "I'm a cis white male," like they're basically saying, "You can hate me, I hate myself." They're basically saying, "I hate myself. I wish I wasn't born like this."
Norm Macdonald had a thing on cis white male. He's talking to a celebrity. He's like, "So you heard of the cis white male thing?" It's like, "No, it's cis white male." "Oh, it's just a way to marginalize a normal person."
But I like when the people who really love to say it is like, I am all the diversity points and everything, and my pronoun is something that's like, respect me. I automatically am deserving of more respect. But if you have to say cis white male, it's basically code for I hate myself.
Look, just because you hit randomize on the character creation screen doesn't mean we have to like you more, okay? Stop laughing like that. Look, I don't.
It's so funny because it's true.
Look, I don't mind people of any colour, any particular race or creed or gender or sexuality. Just don't force me to respect you. You can't force someone to respect you. Because why can't we do that again?
You earn respect. You don't...
You earn it.
Yeah.
Commie things don't just get given to you. Mm-hmm. Bloody commies.
Meritocracy. Work hard, earn things.
Mm-hmm. Get paid, get laid, Gatorade. Get married, then get laid, Gatorade. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, the world's awful.
The world's awful. Let's keep finding out why. Okay.
Hey, I just saw Oz's code, and it was the type of code that an idiot would have on his luggage.
That's why no one will expect it. Okay.
That's not giving it... Oh, it's not the same as the Spaceball one, but it's very close. And and that joke is one of the greatest jokes of all time.
Hey, that's my... Yeah, I remember that one.
So good. It's like, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's amazing. The same code I have my luggage. You need the context.
So it was actually my brother's code that we both realised because I was sitting behind him in the car one day and I saw him open his phone. I'm like, dude, that's mine. That's my code. It's the weirdest thing. Anyway, so... Oh, he had my phone, by the way. Okay. GTA Trilogy remake sucked. Why did it suck? I didn't hear about this.
So many reasons. So there was a fan actually back a few months remaking San Andreas in Unreal Engine, and it was looking mint. It was...
Wait, let me guess. I haven't heard this article. The developers found out and shut it down.
That's what happened, yep. And then
How could I have guessed that?
months later, they released the GTA Trilogy. So they've remastered 3, San Andreas, and Vice City.
And GTA 3.
Yes, at 3 first. But it wasn't a remaster. It was a
retexture.
Yeah, they spiced it up a bit. They used the exact same thing, but it's made Unreal Engine 4. But let me just tell you some of the issues that happened with the trilogy, okay? So there are bugs like speeding cars that will crash into players, going super speed. If you drink too much soda in San Andreas, the game will crash.
Hey, that's like real life, though.
Oh,
Yeah, well, because in that game you can get fat or like built.
Hey, that's
so yeah.
That's
and
like
so there's
real
a
life.
guy looking at Oz, and then he drinks a can, and the game crashes.
well.
You got nothing.
Censor him.
There's been some weird like AI upscaling. So with the characters, they didn't like hand redo them. They put them in an AI, and so some characters look retarded.
Like
Just like real life.
Yeah, like you look at the older version, and you're like, okay, I can see that it looks crap. Yeah, but like, you can see how you can transfer that into a more realistic human. But these new ones, they just look very like. I just think of Oz's voice going,
Chicken nugget! We did that at the drive-thru the other day. He got really uncomfortable. I do this thing whenever we do drive-thru, I act like a retard. Well,
So you're acting normal?
That's the thing that...
You like Alice, door wide open.
yeah.
But I asked Oz, why do you do that? And he said, well, because they act like I'm stupid anyways when I'm normal. And I didn't believe him. And then we went that one time, and you're like, completely normal? And the lady's like, alright, sure. Like, acting like he's special.
Wait, I don't know what the hell's going on. What are you talking about?
We went to McDonald's one time, and I was like, don't, just act normal, let me see. And you said they treat you differently, like if you're stupid, when you just order normally. And you order normally, and they treated you like you were
But
stupid.
if you come in like, hi! I'd like some chicken nuggets.
Then they completely understand, and they act normal.
Like, sure. Would you like some sauce with that? Like, yes, I would. Stop dying. Yeah, so that's why whenever you need to go to a service place, act like a spaz, and everyone's awesome to you.
I'm sorry. What's bizarre about this? I've known Oz for a long time, and this is the first I've heard about it. I mustn't have gone through drive-thru with you.
You've never noticed that I'm retarded?
Well, I've noticed that.
Through drive-through, it's a whole new experience.
Yep.
It is so typical.
We should go drive-through. We'll film it too. We'll put it into this video. I like chicken nuggets, please. 12. Shit's dying over here.
It's just so typically you. It's amazing.
Oh man. Oh, it's good to be back. All right.
But yeah, that wasn't the end of the issues.
Oh yeah. Let's check it out.
They delisted the original games, so you can't buy them on Steam anymore. And to get the remasters on the Rockstar launcher. But when that first came out, it was online long enough for you to buy it, but then it crashed for 16 hours, and you couldn't play the games or any of the other Rockstar games. Yeah,
That's
so
theft.
it's I just think they should have kept the fan remake going and just paid him money, split the.
How lazy is it? They used an AI to upscale their textures. They couldn't even do the work.
Well, I reckon they gave it to like a smaller studio and said, "You need to remaster this for us in like a year." And so they had to bring all of the stuff from the old engines into a new engine, and then it was just time constraint. It's a money grab.
Nah. And they shut down the good project that was actually.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep, they did that with what else they did that with? They did that with Astartes, the Warhammer animation. They've done it. Looks like they've done it with Installation 01, the Halo game, which looks great. Haven't seen anything about that. Yeah, they did it with Halo Online. Same company did it twice. Anyway.
So, next news article is there's a class action lawsuit against EA for crimes against humanity and the amount that they've been abusing the gaming community.
Like, seriously?
Of course it's serious.
What
Yeah, didn't you read that article?
crimes against humanity?
Yeah.
Kotaku.
They had like work camps or something like.
Yeah.
No. They've been abusing the gaming community for ages for making crap content and trying to milk them for all the money that they have.
What, like Michael Jackson?
Yeah, and so
abuse?
class action lawsuit
Oh. Mm-hmm. Seriously? On what grounds?
for being a-holes.
Yeah, you can't
the
sue someone for being an
consumer laws.
arsehole. If that was the case, I'd have no money. Well, I actually do. I haven't been sued, though. Anyway.
No, it's on consumer laws.
Consumer laws.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Misusing the consumer.
I thought we only had consumer laws here in Australia.
They have them in the States. It's just not as
Robust.
Yeah. Like here we're looked
Because when it
after.
comes to laws here in Australia, the government means business.
Yep. Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on.
It was Disney Plus Day the other day.
I heard about this.
Wait. What kind of 21st century post, spiritual reality do we live in where we have literally Disney Plus Day?
Yeah.
I settled for Star Wars Day, okay?
But that's a
That
good
existed
day.
from the community.
Okay, I
May the 4th be
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you. That's like organic. This is Disney basically pleasuring itself to try and say how important it is.
Disney Plus Day.
And they realized
They know what type of plus it's after.
I don't get it. I don't. Shad, can you break that down? Like, we just did a whole thing about me being retarded. Can you break that down for me?
Get the whiteboard.
You can't explain the joke?
No.
Okay. What does that mean then? No, Disney Plus Day, ridiculous.
Yeah. We hate Disney Plus and we hate you, Disney.
Hate's a strong word, Shad.
Ooh, but
What is it?
Focus
Untrue?
on things you love, not things you hate. Like you could say, I love hating on Disney.
Okay.
that works.
And they announced certain things on the day, and it was underwhelming.
It was so underwhelming. Well, because they said, look how great this year's been. We've brought out,
But I heard subscriptions have flatlined.
Yeah, they have. They didn't reach expectations. But they're saying, look at these great shows that we have. We've got Shang-Chi was on Disney Plus and how well that performed.
So great.
Yeah,
Black
it was
Widow.
Loki, amazing.
They didn't even mention Loki. Or WandaVision.
That was the most successful show that they had on there. They don't mention it?
No. Well, they talk about Olaf has a new short series where he explains movies.
Olaf from Frozen.
Yeah.
He
I
is the
can't
most
wait
annoying,
not to watch it.
obnoxious piece of crap Disney has ever made. Like, the first movie, he was not seen so much that you could almost pass it. But in the second movie, oh boy. You just wanted to take him out back and shoot him.
I'd turn the heater on right next to him,
It was like a Jar Jar Binks. It's like what they try. We'll make a fun and endearing character. It's the most annoying little turd
I'm
ever.
going to turn him into a yellow snowman.
He's not funny, and the guy that voices him I don't find him funny at all.
I didn't mean
He's so
Asian, by the way.
whiny.
Yeah.
The only cool thing that they announced was the Obi-Wan series, but they didn't show anything. They showed Ewan McGregor saying, I'm really excited.
Don't get excited for anything Star Wars Disney's making.
I know,
We've learned
but-
from our
Shad, I have a hole. There's a void. An
That
endless
only,
void.
That only Ewan McGregor can fill.
Yes! That's all that I have. Although,
big glorious hole that only you and McGregor can fill.
When he
but I
gets
feel
on-
like at the end, I'm just not going to be satisfied,
when he gets on top of you, he says, I have the high ground. And then he's like, ooh, hello there. Oh, man. Okay, enough Ewan McGregor sexual innuendos.
But yeah, it was very underwhelming.
I like Ewan McGregor, he's cool.
I haven't seen anything. I think I've actually heard one or two little political spouts that is spat out.
Yeah?
Yeah, like when he was in Birds of Prey or whatever like that.
Yeah.
He was saying, how important the film is, all the whole feminist propaganda
Well,
and stuff.
to be fair, right, the movie is loosely based on the fashion industry. Like, there's an undertone of following, because the main villain is a fashion designer.
I haven't
and
watched
club
it.
organizer. Oh, well,
Who would?
in the fashion industry, there is a lot of abuse of women, and that is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how Black Widow had the thing of, like, Eastern European girls being trafficked.
Mm-hmm.
So when they actually do real issues, fine. Be woke about that stuff. That's fine.
Okay, good point.
Especially the fashion industry. Holy crap. But But then again, it's Hollywood. That's the pot calling the kettle black, isn't it?
I know, right? The place where most abuse of women happens is in Hollywood.
Yeah. Okay. So, Valve and modders confusion.
Oh yeah, more game stuff. So many game things. Maybe just because I found these articles.
We start a channel called Game Nights.
Yeah.
Too bad we're Nights Watch now.
Are we?
Are we? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's all up in the ether of possibility.
In flux.
Yeah.
No.
It's like gender. It's on a spectrum. It's not.
No, but what happened? Okay, so Valve has not been supporting Team Fortress 2 for a long time. Okay, and they've had lots of modders just pick up the slack basically. And the other month, Valve pretty much sent a cease and desist to all of them. Because we were,
sorry to interrupt, but I haven't had an update on Team Fortress ever since Overwatch came out.
Yeah.
Did Overwatch just kill it completely?
They moved over to CS:GO and Dota.
Why would anyone play Dota? Sorry to derail the entire thing now. He's going to yell at me.
Keep going.
I don't know either, but for some reason they make bank.
Yeah, they make bank off these idiots.
Game.
Off these idiots who play it.
All these skins and announcer packs.
I'm kidding. If you like Dota, you're not an idiot.
But no, what they did was
there's a bit of an idiot there.
You like Dota.
I know. I play Dota too, and sometimes I feel like an abused housewife because I've rage quit Dota at one point because the matchmaking was garbage, and so I was like,
I rage quit Dota.
I rage
at one point.
But then I reinstalled it and I came back for more abuse.
Yeah.
And the cycle continues.
Yep. But I haven't played in a long time, so there's that.
So
I have been tempted to go back though.
Always calling you.
Yeah.
No, but what happened was Valve eventually reached out and said the reason why they stopped was because of the Havoc license. So there's a physics engine within TF2 that is licensed by Microsoft. I thought it was the end of the video.
Who could that be? So we were interrupted by a phone call. Some moron forgot to put the phone on silent, but it's actually an important call, so it's good. I answered. But we'll talk about Team Fortress, something.
Yeah, so the modders.
The modders,
yeah. There was a license that, something about the license.
Yeah. So it was, for a license, it's $50,000. $50,000 for a license, which the modders would have had to pay. But Valve talked to Microsoft, and Microsoft's like, we'll waiver it.
Aww.
So, good news is...
They can still mod?
Yeah, they can still mod now. They brought it back now.
See, Valve seems to be on the side of gamers a bit, are they?
Yeah, but Microsoft...
They are very back and forth, because that happened, but then also they were taking down other mods that had the word Half-Life in it. Like, they fluctuated... Because they were the guys... Like, Valve brought on paid mods for Skyrim back in the day. And that did not do good at all.
No, it didn't.
That lasted like 12 hours.
Valve, you're on the line. We don't hate you as much as like Epic.
Anyone else surprised that Microsoft's like, yeah, we'll waive the fee? That's like the Empire letting Rebels go.
Well, see, Microsoft has been like, get Xbox, man, not PlayStation. Microsoft has been doing great things for gamers.
Bill Gates is evil.
But he's not part of Microsoft anymore. He's got their money. Yeah. And he uses their stuff, but he's not like...
And even, is Xbox a separate company now? Like,
no, they're still under Microsoft, but it's like different departments.
Yeah. You don't think that Bill Gates has a literal feed of every computer going directly into his brain?
I think he just has autism.
That's rude.
He does, doesn't he, though?
The way you can save it is that you have autism, so you are then justified to accuse other people of having it.
Damn.
He doesn't have autism. He has light.
I think I have a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone's on the spectrum. Right. We went through Valve. Oh, yeah. Halo Infinite's going to be released early. Okay, next bit of news.
Yep, next.
Screw you, man. It'll be the first for the Halo series since 3.5.
Really?
Okay.
Halo Infinite!
I'm not excited about it either, Shad.
It's amazing!
No, it's not as bad. Alright. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, shuts down production after main actress Letitia Wright gets injured on set.
Yeah, I wonder what type of injury.
Probably a it's filming in
Not a gunshot?
Oh damn it, dude! You prick, man! I was trying to tell a joke there. I don't come down to your place of work and slap the sword out of your hand.
Go.
Gunshot.
Great delivery.
Yeah, so they shut
amazing.
down production. But here's the thing, they shut down production because the girl got injured, the sister. Yet, Chadwick Boseman is dead.
Yeah, but he didn't die during filming or from
And they
filming.
knew.
Oh.
No, I thought he didn't tell anyone.
Some people knew.
Okay.
I think.
Did Marvel know that?
I reckon he would have told them.
I don't know. See, Marvel...
Like higher up.
I reckon Marvel probably wouldn't have hired him if they knew.
I reckon Marvel probably killed him. I'm kidding. As a joke, they didn't.
No, Disney did.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's a thing. That's unfortunate.
Hope they can get back on track.
There's been issues with the next Black Panther one.
Yeah.
I didn't like the first Black Panther one. I'm not particularly excited for the next one. I mean, his sister, she had potential, but they gave it everything to her for free. Yeah. Like, she introduce her, and she's automatically smarter than Tony Stark. Look at the hell Tony Stark had to go through to develop his tech.
Yeah.
And she's just like, nanotechs. Why? Because I can.
Why didn't you...
Because Wakanda is smarter than everyone. That's why, basically.
Yeah.
I mean...
No condom forever!
What?
Nothing. It's Wakanda forever.
No, you said no condom forever.
I said Wakanda forever.
No, you
No. There was a distinct dom.
Yeah, Wakandom forever. Right.
I don't know that meme. I think we need to cut it.
No, it's a joke where it's like no condom forever or whatever that black guy said. That's the joke. It's a meme. Black Panther.
No, is it related to that rapper who says, "Oh, my audience"?
No.
No. I don't know. Well, then what's
What
the
are you talking
connection?
about?
What's the connection between condoms and Black Panther?
So there's this thing on the internet called memes, Shad.
Yeah.
Now they don't all need to make sense, but they all have to be funny.
I don't know. See,
It's not.
they're funnier when they make sense. I don't see the connection.
It's a picture of Thanos being like that, wearing gangster clothing with the crown on it. He's like, "No condom forever," or whatever that black guy said. Bottom text.
I don't know.
You don't. You
Doesn't connect with me.
That's the thing, Shad, is.
But no, like, so she was snarky and, had some fun potential and stuff, but it's still, I'm very concerned that's going down the Mary Sue route, and they've already kind of done that because, it gave her, and they're using her as a woke platform for, oh, you scared me, colonizer, and stuff like that, trying to spread a false narrative about white people, which is,
They call
damaging.
him colonizer. They literally have ritualistic combat to determine who's king.
Wakanda is not a good place.
It's not.
It's literally an ethno-state.
Yeah.
Literally a supremacist ethno-state.
That's okay if you're not white.
Clearly. And I'm against all ethno-states. I think they're all racist.
Yeah.
Wakanda is profoundly racist.
A lot of people don't actually believe that there's a Jewish ethno-state in the Middle East. They think is fake, but no, is real. Israel is a Jewish ethno-state.
Not really, because they allow other races of people in.
They do in Wakanda.
No, they not really. Like at the
There's
end,
one white guy.
They let the white wolf in.
The colonizer, and they're a genuine ethno-state. They might change their practices now, but I think they're still against anyone who's not Wakandan going in. Like they're racist, like profoundly. And Israel isn't, all right? So don't...
I didn't say they were.
But people can... I'm trying to protect you from the not trolls, the crazies out there who like to take the smallest little hint and then try and say, you're a white supremacist.
Well, thank you for doing their job for them.
No, I'm saying that's not what you're saying. I'm clarifying and trying to protect you a bit. Because even though it was a joke, but no. So, anyway, Wakanda's crap. The movie wasn't that great, and... So this is not making me really, positive.
I'm serious, Shad. If you do it, I walk, okay? And then I come back. Okay. Dead body discovered while filming Indiana Jones 5. Surprisingly, it wasn't Harrison Ford. Now, you see, I made that joke last time when we tried to record this.
Leave Harrison Ford. Well, actually, he is getting on in age, isn't he?
Here's a picture of him.
70-something.
Look at him. He wants to die.
80.
But I mean... if he could still milk it and get the money, all power to him. I kind of like Harrison Ford. He has this no don't give a crap attitude now.
He's just a cranky old guy.
No, I think he's just fed up with the... He's always hated fame. Like you can actually go back. Harrison Ford has hated fame, which makes him more... He feels more down-to-earth like a normal guy. He likes acting, though, and of course he probably appreciates the money and is good at it, and so he kept doing the job. But he's never struck me as one of those out-of-touch celebrities. And so I kind of like old Harrison as a result. And I've always enjoyed him as an actor, like Air Force One.
Yeah, get off my plane.
Good movie.
You know? Great.
The
Great
Fugitive.
stuff.
I didn't kill my wife.
And he's also been... I feel he's a smart guy. He's actually not... He's never really liked the Han Solo character. Because... And this is the thing, like, Star Wars fans get all triggered about this. But he's right. He's always felt Han Solo as being a bumbling idiot. And he never really felt he was too intelligent. This is why I liked Indiana Jones much more, because he was a really smart character. But have a look what Han Solo does, right? Is kind of an idiot.
He's not an idiot.
No, look at the original trilogy, right? He's like running out. Well, it's funny, but he's running after the stormtroopers and like then shoots, and the Millennium Falcon's always breaking out. He does like one or two smart things, like when he trying to escape from the Star Destroyers and then hides it as trash. But in a lot of other instances, he bumbles around a bit, and Harrison, he's fully aware of it.
So he's a flawed character. That's better. He's a space cowboy. He's not meant to be a genius. Would you praise Mary Sue?
No, I agree there. But Harrison has always wanted a more complex, smarter, intelligent character, and that's why he's liked Indiana Jones more.
Better than the
and
guy.
that's why he really wanted a Han Solo to die in Last Jedi, to have a real heroic
It was Empire
arc.
Strike Back.
Was it Empire Strike Back?
No,
The second one where he gets frozen in carbonite.
the directors misheard him. He said, "I'd really like to die before the Empire Strikes." Right. So, yeah. Look, he's scruffy looking now, isn't he? You got it.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, scruffy looking nerf herder.
Hey! No, don't say the N-word, man. Don't say that. That's Star Wars' N-word, okay? So when Princess Leia said that...
Oh, that is
No wonder
spicy.
Chewie got offended.
I was about to say Chewie almost smacked a hoe. Oh. Chewie, I don't know why she said it. All right.
Disney seems cursed. Injury, death now on Harrison, and there are really there are concerning things about this new Indiana Jones. They're obviously replacing him. He's too old. That kind of makes sense. But you know what type of replacement he's going to get? One that's better. It's going to be a better version. You know why it's better?
Because it'll be a woman.
I mean, I thought they were setting up Shia LaBeouf as the replacement.
Yeah.
Though, I'm glad they didn't go that way.
Like Shia LaDouche.
Who would be a good new Indiana Jones? Like a true replacement.
Chris Pratt.
John Hamm.
Oh, Chris Pratt would be great.
No, not Chris Pratt.
He's a bit too bumbly funny.
He's a bit too, yeah.
Like, though, Indiana Jones, he has his bumbles, but he's good about it.
You know who would actually be a decent... Oh, wait, no. I was going to say Tom Cruise, but that's just because I'm used to seeing him in a leather jacket doing stuff.
Anyway, someone who would suit the role, of course. And, yeah, like a proper Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones has a masculine quality that helps the character and role really, really well. And that's why the replacement, I feel, should remain male. And I like... You could go... I wonder if they're going to try and go the Tomb Raider out. But...
They're not going to show off a scantily clad
No,
woman
they're not.
too.
They're not going to make...
They're going to show off Alicia Vikander, who looks like a victim of starvation.
I haven't seen her.
She's like...
You don't find her... Your subjective view is that you do not find her attractive, which you are perfectly entitled to have. You're entitled to find a person not attractive.
She looks like a male mannequin. She's just...
She looks a bit mannish, you're saying.
She's quite mannish, Ted. She's quite mannish. And she's way too skinny for my taste. But yeah.
Oz likes them round.
I like a bit...
Bit of meat you can hold on to.
Yeah, exactly. A cushion for the pushing.
I wasn't afraid of that.
And when I say pushing, I mean down the stairs.
What?
I'm kidding. It was awful.
That was awful. We disavow.
Well, it was either a sex joke or as a wife-beating joke. You take your pick, Shad. All right.
Why does it have to be those options?
What would you prefer? Would you prefer why'd the chicken cross the road?
Yeah.
Because the chicken's husband pushed her.
Yeah. You got me, you bastard. Okay. So, because look, Harrison Ford does need to be replaced, but they just want to push an agenda. Kathleen Kennedy is leading this one, I believe, and there's going to be a time travel plot, and so there's a rumor that they're going to retcon previous indie movies, which is just
number 4.
Just number 4. That's all they got to do.
And they have an opportunity to replace it. Like, you shouldn't make it a carbon copy, but you want the same kind of, like, Indiana Jones was a great film, and I really do feel the character, what is doing, everything like that, suits a male character more. And because the genders are different, right? And there are certain qualities that certain roles and character types and stuff like that. I'm not saying you couldn't pull it off with a female. I'm just saying there's more characteristics that suit the Indiana Jones archetype that are male. And works well in that regard.
So what's going to happen in this new one? They're going to like time travel.
Probably
go
time
back
travel.
and give him like gender dysphoria or something.
No, I don't know. No. He's going to die, obviously, and a new kind of, archaeologist who's searching out
Her
past
name's
things.
Indiana.
Yeah, just Indiana now.
Indiana Jones. Yeah.
And it would have worked well if it was like his son, and then you could justify the similarities a lot more. But his son canonically is Shia LaBeouf. But maybe you just replace him and just say you got, I don't know.
Yeah.
He had another son.
Hit by an attractive stick.
A flagpole fell down and hit him. That's what changed Shia LaBeouf's face. His own flagpole. Okay. So, Spider-Man No Way Home pictures leak, confirming Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
I think I've already said this. I can't remember, but I just hope it's not a cheap, that they're going to use these characters for something substantive than just a cheap... Like, for instance, Shang-Chi had the appearance of, what his name?
I don't know.
Abomination.
That movie was an abomination.
It was so cheap. They only did it to put in the trailer to try and get that, crossover, I want to see Abomination. And it was the most throwaway, dismissive appearance. It was just so cheap.
They put Abomination in the movie and people are like, does this mean that Shang-Chi's part of the MCU? I hope we see Daredevil fight, and I hope it's Charlie Cox, because he was a great Matthew Murdock.
It'd be great.
You should seriously watch season 3, because the climax of season 3 will make you climax. It was that good. It was that good.
So, season 3 confused me because he lost his cool outfit and he went back to the old outfit.
Because Bullseye stole it and framed it for a bunch of murders.
Oh, thanks for spoiling it for me.
Sorry, but that's only half the good stuff, man.
Okay.
There's so much good stuff in there, especially the ending.
Whew. Oh, well, that does make me want to watch it.
It was just like the way he...
The thing is, though, it's... Doesn't it canonize the Defenders? Because the events of the Defenders, he supposedly dies, and then he wakes up and is not dead, he's in this bed thing or something like that.
I didn't watch Defenders.
Talking about spoilers, but don't watch Defenders. I'm trying to save you, alright? It's crap. Daredevil, season 1 and 2, brilliant. I actually enjoyed Jessica Jones season 1 because David Tennant was one of the most crazy good villains in the MCU.
He's good in everything.
Period. It was amazing, right? I lost interest in her season 2, so, maybe I'll try and finish it sometime. Iron Fist was garbage. It was so bad. And it was, astoundingly bad. And Luke Cage was bad. Not as bad as Iron Fist, but it was really awful. And The Defenders was just top-tier garbage. It was kind of fun, but then, I like Jessica Jones' reactions to the other people, but still, overall, Defenders was crap.
I liked Daredevil being like, why am I here? The whole time, you could see he was a level above everyone else.
He was.
Yeah.
So season 3, all right, I might have to give season 3. And so it would be great if they bring him into the MCU.
Yeah.
Because even in the comics, they have crossovers with Daredevil. He's in New York, right? And so usually he's crossed over with Spider-Man a decent amount. And when they crossed over, there was some great dynamics in the comics. And they would play off each other's gags and things. And they have, Daredevil's senses are even higher than Spider-Man's spider sense and stuff. But they have certain interactions with their powers as well. Daredevil's brilliant, okay? But I don't have faith in the MCU to pull it off.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
The MCU's been going down in quality massively, which is really unfortunate. This Spider-Man one is going to do great regardless because of the clickbait crossover stuff that they have.
Yeah.
And to me, it feels like they're relying on that and not the quality of the story. Because even from the trailers, there are massive warning signs. And so I get the feeling people are going to love it just for the fan service, but the plot is going to be, I'm worried, is going to just be garbage.
The thing is, though,
I
right?
hope not. I hope not.
The only reason they're doing this movie is because Spider-Verse was a killer.
Yeah, exactly. Spider-Verse was great and had other Spider-Man and stuff, and they're going to want to try and capitalize on that. They probably want to bring in Miles Morales, which is one of the only... Technically, it was a diversity replacement that actually worked. Like, Miles Morales is a half-decent character.
But wasn't he always a character?
Yeah, Miles Morales has effectively been alright. It's funny how he was introduced, because Marvel rebooted things in the Ultimate Universe, and then Peter Parker dies in the Ultimate Universe, and then he gets replaced by Miles Morales, but then they brought him into the mainstream, and it gets all wacky and stuff. But anyway, Miles Morales, okay? There's a good way to,
He can turn invisible.
The fact that he is a black Latino doesn't matter. He's just a good character. We don't care when they're good characters, okay?
No one's brought up at you so far.
And it doesn't seem like they're trying to set... What?
No one's brought up at you so far.
Yeah, I know, right? But the thing is, when they try, like with Eternals, they tried to make Eternals... They were trying to say it's objectively better because it's so diverse.
So woke. So cool.
No. And so, again, Miles, it was like, his race doesn't matter. He's a good character, okay? But then they have like so many other replacements in the Marvel comics, like Riri Williams, Ironheart. Oh, she's awful.
Her name's Riri.
Riri. Yeah, Riri. Awful character, right?
Don't forget Snowflake and Safe Space.
But I'm talking about mainstream replacement. She was the replacement for Iron Man, and so many examples of it being horrible. So, but look, I'm not opposed for them introducing Miles Morales if they're going that direction with multiverse stuff.
There is no indication they're doing that. So far, we've seen Charlie Cox, Daredevil. We've seen Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
No. If they're doing multiverse stuff, Spider-Verse stuff, that's opening the door for Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, the whole thing.
Please give us Spider-Gwen.
I reckon that'll be like the end credit thing.
You reckon?
I reckon they'll bring in Miles and Gwen in their suits being like, Peter! And then...
You think they'll be that blatant?
I wonder why... Like, because the Spider-Man has always had other versions of the Spider-Man character in many different forms. And so there are several Spider-Women. There's the Spider-Woman that worked with Tony Stark. Then there's the Spider-Woman who actually has like, venom shooting things. Then there's the Spider-Woman or Spider-Girl that was his daughter in an alternate reality. And then there was another one. Spider-Gwen, there's another one. And then there was so Spider-Man has had female versions of him all throughout the comics. And they didn't get rid of Peter Parker. They usually had crossovers and interactions and stuff. And like the daughter goes back in time into the mainstream thing and gets to fight crime with her father, because when she's doing the Spider-Man thing, he's not anymore. But then he comes, and so they have these cool crossovers. And I wonder if that's how it worked. Instead of getting rid of the old cis white male characters, right, and replacing them, they actually kept their legacy intact, and then they built them up together. What a great way to do it,
Very optimistic of you.
Well, I'm talking. This is what they used to do.
Yeah.
Back classic Marvel, right?
All right, so
There's another Spider-Girl who always changed her spider outfit all the time, and that's the one I'm forgetting. But she always had a new spider outfit, and it wasn't the daughter, and so that's like 4 or 5. So if you can count Spider-Girl, that's like 5 Spider-Women characters.
So, and you can confirm this news story for us. Disney cuts man-on-man gay kiss from Eternals.
It was only cut in those countries, I believe.
They banned the movie from those countries.
No, what?
From what?
I know, they banned it, but then...
Did they cut...
Then they cut the kiss to try and get it unbanned,
Because
I
what...
thought.
Okay, what I saw this morning was Angelina Jolie saying that she's proud that that Marvel didn't cut the gay kiss, but those countries can't see it.
So they didn't. You saw
So
it.
they were going to cut it, but then the backlash is like hypocrites. They didn't cut it, and it's just going to be banned from those countries. We don't know. You can, like I said, this is...
No, Nathan, you saw the movie last night. Did they cut it or not?
You can see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's fine in
I
Western
knew that it was
countries.
going to remain in Western countries.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay,
Yeah.
so we can just completely disregard that part. Mass Effect 5 teaser poster. You got to play Mass Effect.
I do.
It is like Star Trek, but cooler.
the world building is awesome in Mass Effect. Like, there's some great grounded stuff, and I love that kind of sci-fi. That's Mass Effect. They should make a TV series in the Mass Effect.
No, they'd ruin it. Netflix would pick it up and be like, hey, there's not enough diversity here, even though there's tons of different races and stuff.
Different species of alien.
So they're doing a teaser for Mass Effect 5. Mass Effect will continue. Weird name for a Mass Effect game. Don't know why they chose it.
What, Mass Effect 5?
No, it's called Mass Effect will continue.
It's actually named that.
The poster said Mass Effect will continue. What else am I supposed to assume?
That it's just a message.
Take their word for it.
Alright, you can.
You can read their minds?
No.
I didn't realise
But
this guy
I can infer what's logical.
I can read a poster.
Yeah.
I can read a poster too. That's how I know it. That's what it said.
Chicken nuggies, sure.
What are you talking about, chicken nuggets? Where?
I'm referring to that you're retarded odds.
Can I get some chicken nuggets? Okay. We will do that later on today if you want.
I'm tempted. I want to see this.
Hi there.
So, well, I'm divided. I was interested in getting into Andromeda because that means I didn't have to play all the other games. It was like a fresh start with better graphics. I was hoping it would be better graphics, all the mechanics, and then I was such a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I was like, I never even bought it.
Mass Effect Androgynous.
Oh,
Game's so bad, they planned to milk people for the DLC content and stuff like that. They just cancelled it all.
Yeah. And so I don't know if this new one is going to repeat same mistakes because current BioWare isn't old BioWare.
No.
Like, because we talked about this another time in a places.
In an alternate reality.
Alternate reality, yeah.
Where the record button was
that's
pressed.
it. A company is not the same company if all the people that used to produce the games are now left
Yeah,
and there's replaced new
Superfessia.
people. It's just a skin suit claiming the credibility of the name that has none of the talent that made the classic good games.
Yeah.
And so I have no faith that they're going to make anything good because, I mean, look at Blizzard. It's not the same company anymore.
Look at Lucasfilms.
Yeah.
Look at people who do Halo. Same thing.
All the people that made these great games, they're off trying to make their own stuff. Good on them.
And they're failing, unfortunately. The guy who made Lawbreakers was Jared Leto.
Oh yeah, but he's doing something new now
What's he doing?
with EA.
I know
gone
some
bad.
of the
Great.
I know some of the original devs of Skyrim. Oh no, it was not Skyrim. I think it was Morrowind and stuff. But it was Elder Scrolls are making their own game. And one of the lead devs, he was one of the lead writers, has reached out to me and even consulted with me on some of the weapon designs and stuff.
Awesome.
It's really cool.
So the lead writer of Morrowind?
I'll need to look it up. I can't remember now.
Because if that's the case, I know the story of how Morrowind was actually written and developed.
I do.
And this isn't a joke. This is true. The guy was at his home and he spent the entire weekend taking mushrooms. I kid you not. This is not a joke.
I don't believe you.
And they I'm pretty sure it was Todd Howard himself who actually found him in that state, having written an entire manuscript of Mushroom Land, which is Morrowind. I'm serious.
Yeah, sure.
It is. Google it, people.
I can't remember the name of the game. Maybe we'll link it there, but it's currently in development, and they're being really serious about realistic weapons and the world building, and it's looking pretty cool. They have like this I'm not sure I'm allowed to release the concept pictures actually.
Send it to me. I'd like to see it.
But it's like, yeah, they have like a concept of an orc with a brigandine and stuff.
Ooh. Nice.
It's looking cool.
Elden Ring gameplay looks amazing. Looks actually amazing.
And actually, like,
Looks better than Dark Souls 3, which you have to play.
I know, I just got to go into Elden Ring. Screw the rest.
But that's coming out like next year.
Elden Ring?
Yeah, Dark Souls 3 you
maybe
can
I'll
play in like a
maybe
single
I'll
day.
play that.
Dark Souls 3 is great.
But the open world looked phenomenal. I saw the gameplay on Skill Up, and it's looking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Probably going to be the best game of whatever the next game is.
Probably, and it probably will get released with very few bugs, because that's a company that cares.
They are a company that cares. I can't wait for the fight. Do you remember Dark Souls 3 fight clubs? Did you see that?
No.
Basically, people would wait in Anor Londo, like at the balcony area, and they'd put down summon signs, and everyone just get together, wait their turn, and start fighting. It was awesome. Okay. We already did Halo Infinite going to release early.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one cares about Halo Infinite. I don't. I care less than sad.
We keep bringing it up.
I don't care at all.
I don't care, okay?
Okay. Last bit of news. Ooh. Where's my mind?
That's a Freudian slip. What have you been doing, Oz?
I'm just scratching my nose right now. What? I'm just scratching my nose.
Sure, yeah.
Alright, AIDS has been cured.
You're gonna live.
Yeah, this is very good. So what happened is, okay, should we explain to people what happened?
Go on.
Okay, so we had half of these news stories written down for last week. And we recorded an entire... Wait, I spoke too soon. And we sat down and talked about the entire thing. We talked about the entire thing, went for an hour. It was very, very funny. Shad said that last joke at the end.
And it was spontaneous.
And it was spontaneous,
Oz's reaction was, he was dead inside.
I was basically like, yep, very good. And they were laughing. They didn't stop for like 5 minutes. It was very good. And then I went to check the recording and to turn it off. But when I pressed to stop the recording, it actually started a recording. And so what we realised is that we'd all made a mistake in not checking the recording button.
And we lost it all.
Yeah.
So.
Now, we could blame Nathan, but we won't, because Nathan's our bug tester. For every mistake he makes, we never make it again. Isn't that true? Because think about it. Since the audio thing for the first D&D session, we check it every single time. We do. And now since that's happened, we're going to check it every single time.
I do. I looked very intently to make sure that all the red dots are on.
Dude, I say this because I love you. Go crash your car, and you will never do it again.
Well, I haven't crashed. I've never been in a crash before. Actually.
Do you want to get out of the way? You want to get out of the way? No, I'm kidding. It's awful. Drive safe.
But there we go. This has been Nightly News, and this is the K-Night/Night's Watch.
What are we?
We'll find out.
I struggle for identity in this strange, strange world.
Oh, you can be whatever you want to be, okay? It's just...
I choose to be a woman.
You would be the ugliest woman ever.
Thanks, Shad. You'd be a beautiful woman.
No, I'd be...
With your big beard.
I'd be horrible. Very few men can pull off looking like an attractive woman. It can happen.
Christian Bale could do it.
You reckon Christian Bale?
He can do anything.
No, he'd be... No.
He'd be too yelly. He'd be an angry lady.
Tom Holland could.
You know what? We've got a Skyrim skit that we filmed.
Oh my gosh.
He wore the wig. He made a pretty convincing wood elf maiden.
Not gonna lie. I saw it and I was like, oh, that's information I did not know. But now I do.
I was like, who's this cute girl that works for us now?
And Oz has never looked at Nathan the same way.
I haven't.
Though sometimes he has. He's just like...
Every time I look at Nathan, like, since it happened, I've been like, hi Nathan, how you doing?